What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode number 12 to be exact, of This Is Daveford FC. We have finished up the year of 2017. It was actually a really good month in December. As you can see on our schedule, we had a slew of games. We actually had 7 games in the month of December. That's almost a game every 3 to 4 days. And we had 2 cup games. We had on December 3rd, we had an away game, our second round FA Cup. It was against Swindon. They are a very good Skybet 1 team, and we actually came away with a result. I wasn't really too confident because we had to go to Swindon. It just happened to work out that way, to where, as you guys can see, we had to play at Swindon for both the second round of the FA Cup, and then we were going to have to play them in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy South semifinal. So that was 2 games in a row. We had to stay at Swindon. It was a good time, and we actually came out with 2 good results. Now, the first one was the FA Cup second round game, and this game actually was really tight all the way down to about the very end when Southwell, he did finally score. We had 53% of the possession. I mean, there's a lot of games, guys, where we have 65% possession, but Swindon, they were a really good team, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised we actually dominated possession, and I'm surprised we win. I wasn't really banking on winning. I was actually hoping on coming away with 1 victory. I didn't plan on winning both of these games. So, like I said, Southwell, he scored the goal-winning shot, the game-winning shot, and we had a couple yellow cards, and we had Liam Slade sent off at 90 minutes. Now, when Slade got sent off at 90 minutes, there was 4 minutes of stoppage time, and they were really pressing, and I had already made my 3 substitutions. I just couldn't make any more subs, so I basically just pulled Southwell back down to the back defensive line and just basically flooded the back box with everyone, and we just turtled it. And thankfully, and I'll tell you, Swindon had 3 or 4 key plays during this time, and we actually survived and won 0-1. Very good game. I mean, it wasn't a barn burner. It wasn't very exciting, but it was a good game. It was very defensively oriented. It was actually a very heavily defensive game, and Southwell and Bell Baggy had the goal and the assist. It was a great win. I honestly, I wasn't expecting it, because I really didn't play my best players, because we had already played at Hartlepool just a couple days before, and we have just had so many games back to back to back. Thank goodness that we have such a great fitness program and a good coaching staff. They're getting our players ready in 2 to 3 to 4 days. So next game we had was 3 days later. Same place, same team, different division, but this is for the Johnstone's Paint Trophy semifinal. This was the game that I was really concentrating on. I know that we're not going to win the FA Cup. In the 3rd round, all of the Premier League teams come in, so I wasn't really worried about it. But the Johnstone's Paint Trophy, this is manageable for our team, because this is a tournament for Skybet 1 and 2 teams. So we have a better shot of winning this, and the whole goal is to get silverware. And if we would have been knocked out of Johnstone's Paint Trophy early in the season, I wouldn't have worried about it. Just like Leicester City had dumped us out, super early in the first round, in the 3rd round of the Capital One Cup. So, I really wanted to emphasize on doing as well as we could on the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. So, well, we went back to Swindon 3 days later on December 6th, and guys, this was an unbelievable game. This game was so much better than the FA Cup game. Swindon, they were winning up till about the 83-minute mark, and then you can see that Courtney Cameron put in an equalizer at 1-1, and then, I mean, just 1 minute later, Charlie Sheringham brought us ahead at 1-2, and then in the same minute, as soon as they got the kickoff, Swindon went down and scored within about 10 seconds. And the score was then tied 2-2. I wish I recorded this. I wish I commented on this game. Did commentary on this game, but I just didn't. So the game ended up a tie, and in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy tournament, you go straight to penalty shootouts. I love that. I wish every English tournament would do that because it just saves the fatigue of the players. And we went to a penalty shootout. We won the penalty shootout. It was unbelievable. Charlie Horton basically blocked the first 2 goals shot by Swindon. So we had a 0-2 lead on penalty shots after the first 2 kickers. It was just unbelievable, and we won the game. It was awesome. It was a great game. Player of the match. It was nice to see John Arango finally get a player of the match this year. He had a good rating. Our goals were Courtney Cameron and Sheringham. Our assists were Bell Baggy and Arango. Like I said, it was a great game. It was nice to see the team actually beat Swindon twice at their place within 3 days. It was just unbelievable. So, Swindon is one of the, top-ranked teams. I think they're in the top 3 or 4 in Skybet 1. And then we, have a couple league games here, and we have to play Notts County. Well, Notts County is middle of the table, about 12th place or so. And then we come back, we go to Notts County, and then they just blow us out 0-2. I guess it was just the team was just so complacent, and we were on such a high that, man, it was not a good game for us. I mean, there was just nothing to talk about. The team just played like absolute shite. We had 1 card. Fraser Franks was, of course, booked. Courtney Cameron also had an injury. This was a 3-week injury. It actually ended up only being for a 2-week injury, which was amazing. Like I said, we have the best medical staff in Skybet too. They got him back onto the pitch in 2 weeks. It was just amazing. December 16th, we were back home at the Dungeon. We were playing Hartlepool, and it was a very, very decisive win for us, 3-1. Liam Slade and Tom Gardner were booked. We had player of the match was John Arango, so that was basically his second game in 3 matches as player of the match. Very great, very high rating at 9.0. It was nice to see. We had Matt Taylor, our recent addition in 2017, scored 2 goals. Southwell had a goal. Southwell also had an assist. Arango had an assist, and Williams had an assist. We had 56% possession. And it was good to see the lads come back after such a shit showing at Notts County. So December 23rd, we had another game against Forest Green. It was away, another great victory. We had Liam Slam booked. The man of the match was not on our team, unfortunately, even though we probably should have had the man of the match. We did have almost 60% possession. I mean, we dominated possession in this game. We had a lot of great ratings. Matty Taylor, Del Southwell scored again for us. Bell Baggy and Arango with the assist. And that was actually a pretty good game. Next up, we had Yeovil. Yeovil was just 3 days later on December 26th. We were back at home at the Dungeon. We were giving out brown bags for everybody to wear. Awesome. We gave out, actually there were 4,000 brown bags we give out. Everyone in the stadium got one. It was especially funny when they were all doing the wave with the bag faces on. Oh, it was great, guys. Had 2 yellow cards. Gardner and Bell Baggy, they were both booked. I'm gonna say Bell Baggy's really. I don't think in the first 2 seasons of Daveford FC, Bell Baggy had 2 or 3 yellows, and it was very rare to see him get yellows. This season, he's really turned up his intensity this year. He's getting quite a few yellows. He's not, he wants that flanking position, so he's actually doing quite a bit on that side. He's letting them know who's boss over there. So we had a man of the match was Dale Southwell again. It was nice. He had a beautiful game. He had 3 goals. Sheringham had 2 goals. It's been nice. We've been platooning both Sheringham and Matty Taylor, and they've both been doing super well. We're going to take them into 2018. I think we're going to go ahead and bring both of those guys and probably sign a pretty big striker. Sheringham had 2, Southwell had 3. Assist, Bell Baggy had 2. Arango had 1. Sheringham and Southwell all had assists. Great game. Ratings were high. Man, it's just, you can't ask for anything better, man. Especially with 60% of the possession. On December 30th, we had another game 4 days later against Forest Green at home. It was a nice, clean sheet for us. Charlie Horton, great in the box, 7.2 rating. We had Liam Slade booked, of course, again. Player of the match, it was nice to see Byron Lawrence, the young guy. He is one of our rising stars. He is our ball-winning midfielder, and he does just an absolute great job. He is literally came out of nowhere. He was out on loan our first season. I believe he was out on loan, and he didn't play a lot. And then last year, about middle of the season, all of a sudden his progression just took off. And I moved him from 21 to the squad, and he's just been on the squad ever since, and he's kicking ass and taking names. I'm super happy about Byron Lawrence. He's going to be and he's, like I said, he's like 22 or so, 22, 23. He is going to be on this team for years and years to come, like Arango and Horton. And we're just going to build our team around, these 3 players that we have. It's going to be really good. So, stats of the match, everybody had really good ratings. Anthony Cook had a goal. Also, Southwell had another one. I think Southwell's about 20th goal of the year. And Byron had 2 assists. We also dominated possession here at 58%. Lastly, on January 1st, we had another game away versus Hartlepool. It was a 2-2 draw. And they actually came back and scored pretty late. I think around 80 minutes or so they scored and tied the game up. We could have won it, but hey, I'll take a point. I mean, it was warranted. They hung in there and finished 2-2. So we did dominate possession at 57%. Numbers weren't great, but Cameron had a goal. Southwell had another goal. Bell Baggy had an assist. And as you can see, wow, look at this, guys. This is a very rare occasion for Daveford FC. No yellow cards. Wow, that saved us a 3-game suspension for a bunch of guys for 1 game. So all right, guys. So after our second round cup draw, we have found out who we're going to be playing in both the third round of the FA Cup and the finals of the Johnstone Paint Trophy. So we are going to be playing Oxford United. Oxford United is a very, very, very lucky draw for us, guys. They are a Skybet 2 team. They're in our division, and they are in the middle of the table. So I really like our chances of going further. I mean, guys, we have never been to the third round of the FA Cup. We have a really good chance of beating Oxford and going even deeper to the fourth round of the FA Cup. That's just going to help us financially. Huge if we can beat Oxford United. Now, next, we found out that we're going to be playing Coventry City in the finals for the Johnstone Paint Trophy. And it is a 2-game series. We will be playing home at first on January 10th, and then we are going to have to go away to Coventry City. It is an aggregated score, and hopefully we'll be able to get we'll be able to stop him here at home, and then hopefully we'll be able to score an away goal. Now, Coventry City, they are a team towards the top. I believe they're in the top 10. So the Johnstone Paint Trophy Final, I really feel pretty confident about. And I actually feel really confident about our third round draw against Oxford City. And I'm super stoked about that. So here's the injury report that was on Courtney Cameron. He had a thigh strain. He's already back by now. But this was just to show you guys that he was out for 3 weeks, and he actually was back within 2 weeks, like I had said. Remember last episode we were talking about our training facilities. They were almost upgraded. They were almost done. The construction is ended. The dust has settled, and our training facilities are now upgraded, and we actually have good training facilities, which is really nice. Last but not least, unfortunately, our last game that we had, our main striker, our number one goal scorer of the year, 20 goals, 20 plus goals, Dale Southwell, he damaged his foot and he's out for 3 weeks. So he is going to be missing both of our important games versus Coventry City and Oxford City. So we are going to press on without him. I'm very confident on what Charlie Sheringham can do. He's had a great season, plenty of man of the matches this year. So I still like our odds. All right, so let's take a look at the league table. Where does that leave us right now? Well, at the end of last session, we were sitting in second place. Now, after about another month, the beginning of January, we are sitting pretty in first place at 53 points. And guys, look at Cambridge. Cambridge was in first place. Cambridge, guys, their last 5 games, look at their last 5 games. They have lost 4 and drew 1 game. Guys, that is huge because Cambridge was at the top of the table all year. And that just goes to show, you have 5 bad games, they're barely making the playoffs now. Which and we know we're 25 games into the season. Of course, they've got 1 game. You know, they're holding 1 game, so they still have 1 game to play yet. But man, Cambridge is really struggling. Now I got to worry about Wycombe and Leyton Orient. And you know, it's nice that I have a 4-point lead. And you know, a 9-point lead for automatic promotion. So we just have to stay the course, guys. Stay the course, and we should be okay and be promoted to Skybet too. We are going to play our game against Oxford United, 3rd round of the FA Cup. Let's take a look at the lineup, shall we? Okay, guys, so the lineup for today's game at the Dungeon versus Oxford City, we will be running Charlie Horton in the box. That is a no-brainer. Our back line has not changed. These guys have played so many games together. I'd say at least 25 matches together. They're gelling great. We're going to be going with Williams on the left, Gardner and Slade in the middle, and on the right-hand side, we'll be having Cameron Gale. In the middle, much the same as well. Again, we're not going to touch this. As long as Arango and Belbaghi are not on international duty, the middle 4 have not changed. So we're going with Courtney Cameron on the left, John Arango, Byron Lawrence in the middle. On the right-hand side, right flank, is Abdullah Belbaghi. Up front, unfortunately, we have Southwell still out a couple weeks, so we are going to move Matty Taylor up into the advanced striking role, and we will also be bringing in Charlie Sheringham to play the deep lying forward to feed the ball into Taylor. So on the bench today, we've got Legs as our backup goalie. Backup defenders are Callum Driver, Fraser Franks, Rod McDonald, our Anthony Cook, our utility guy. This guy has so much utility. He can play anything in the midfield, and he can also play a very limited striker role. We've got Stuart Lewis. He is our midfielding center. Also Lewis Montrose, and unfortunately Dale Southwell was hurt last week, so he's going to be out for about 3 weeks. There is our lineup, so let's go ahead and head out to the pitch. All right, everybody, so it's a beautiful day here in London at Daveford FC's The Dungeon. The teams have taken the pitch, and it looks like Daveford FC starts the game with the ball first. So Rongo gets it up to the middle on the left-hand side to Courtney Cameron. He's getting the ball up the field, kicked out of bounds. Nice defense. Looks like Daveford FC has pretty much been dominating possession here early on in the game. Oxford is doing fairly well. Ooh, nice tackle by Belbaghi. He's placing his authority there on the right-hand side. Goalkeeper kicks it out to the midfield. Looks like Oxford has it. Nice steal by Arango. Arango gets it over to Sheringham, to Lawrence. Over to the side to Belbaghi. Belbaghi's getting it into the box. Nice defense by Oxford. Gale, Lawrence in the middle to Arango. Arango's got good ball skills. Nice pass to Sheringham. And Sheringham is offsides. So about 17 minutes, we've got a key play for Oxford. A throw-in by Gabriel. Nice defense by Daveford FC. Already pushed the ball back out to the middle of the field. Pritchard to Hines. Hines gets it into the box, and Slade with a great grab there. Gale's going to get it out to Arango. Arango to Belbaghi on the right. Belbaghi lags it, and Hines gets the steal. Oxford is pushing. Gape has the ball. Great name, Gape. O'Dowda shoots it off of Horton. Great defense by our goalie. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. About 25, almost 30 minutes have gone by. Key play for Daveford FC. Corner kick by Rongo to Gardner. Cameron shoots off of the defender's leg. Sheringham's dribbling it in, lobbing it in. No one's there to back him up. Wow, Sheringham over to the right. Belbaghi's going to shoot into Taylor. Taylor puts it into the back of the net. That's Matty Taylor's 13th goal of the year. That gives Daveford FC a 1-0 lead at the 32-minute mark. Key play for Oxford City. They're driving. They're trying to equal the score against Daveford FC. Scars is into Maguire. Another great stop by Horton. Great job, guys. There's a foul on the play. The referee has pointed Maguire to the spot. Horton's going to try to save this, and Horton lets it go right on by. Nice try by Horton. Maguire gets the goal, his 8th of the year. Daveford FC's defense collapses there at the 36-minute mark and allows Oxford to level the score 1-1. Key play for Daveford FC. Williams throws it into Cameron. Cameron lobs it into Taylor. Arango gets the ball. Great hustle. Williams, Arango to the middle. Sheringham wide open, shoots to the left side of the net and scores. That's Charlie Sheringham's 11th goal of the year. That puts Daveford FC back on top, 2-1, just before the half. Key play for Oxford. Oxford off the top of the bar. Horton lucky on that one. Horton just got enough with his fingertips to hit the crossbar. Great save by Horton. We go to the half with the score at the Dungeon. Daveford FC 2, Oxford 1. No changes for either team. We are starting the second half. Oxford is starting the half with the ball, and looks like possession is 52%. Arango has a corner kick. Back out to Arango. Oh, tackle by Gabriel. Wow, Arango went down hard there. I'm surprised no foul was called. Taylor, though, gets the ball, steals it, gets it over to Cameron, into the box. Belbaghi shoots and scores. Beautiful hookup. Cameron, the assist maker. Cameron with the assist. Belbaghi's goal. Oh, my God, what a great shot there. That gives Daveford FC a 3-1 lead. Looks like Josh Pritchard is showing his frustration and gets a foul on the play and a yellow card. A key play for Oxford. Wow, wide open. O'Dowda. Can Horton stop this? They're back out to the middle. Good defense by Daveford FC. Gabriel Gape. And he shoots and scores in the top right of the box. That's Dominic Gape's 2nd goal of the year. That brings Oxford within position to tie the game at 3-2. Arango with a corner. Cameron with a header into the back of the net. That's Courtney Cameron's 10th goal of the year. Unbelievable. Courtney Cameron up above the rest, hitting it into the head, hitting it in with a header to the back of the box. Another key play for Daveford FC. Let's go ahead and do this key play before we make some substitutes. Looks like Taylor and Sheringham. Gale's going to shoot it off of Syacombe, but Taylor's there to follow up. Matty Taylor gets his 2nd goal of the game and 14th of the year. Daveford FC 5-2. 5-2 for Daveford FC at the Dungeon. 66 minutes in. The crowd is going wild. We're going to take a look at some substitutes we're going to make. We've got a couple games that are pretty close together. So what I want to do is I want to bring out Tom Gardner, and I also want to bring out Liam Slade. And thank goodness they have no yellow cards, so they're not going to get any of this game. I'm pulling them off. We're going to go ahead and pull out Byron Lawrence as well. We'll put Stuart Lewis. He's a great ball-winning midfielder. And in fact, I think I'm going to give Montrose the nod because he's actually an even better ball-winning midfielder. So we're going to make all 3 of our substitutions early at the 66-minute mark. So we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. We do have a 3-goal lead. So another key play for Daveford FC. Taylor's getting into the box. Sheringham's wide open and shoots left of the net. Wow, Sheringham could have put that away 9 out of 10 times. Daveford FC definitely dominating the game. They're not dominating the possession battle. It's about even at 50-50, but they are definitely dominating the game. Key play for Oxford, the steal off of Daveford FC. Mahoney's reaching out, trying to pass in the middle field. Gapes wide open again. He shoots and hits the top right corner of the net yet again. His 3rd goal of the season, his 2nd of the game. That brings Oxford back to a 5-3 score. And this is a real barn burner, guys. There's 8 goals in this game. Another key play for Oxford. Gapes got the ball into Mahoney. Mahoney's going to try to drive it up. They're going to try to do something here in the last 10 minutes of the game. Mahoney shoots left of the goal and shoots it about 20 feet wide left. I'm glad he did that. Ooh, wow. Gale fouled. We are going to get a free kick here. It looks like Josh Pritchard, he's off. He's got a red card. Arango is going to take the free kick. He gets it into the box. Now let's see. Daveford FC's got a 1-man advantage on the field, and let's just see if we can just close this game out and send Oxford back home with their tail tucked between their legs. Nice job there, Oxford. You made it to the 2nd round of the FA Cup, but it looks like Daveford FC is going on to the 3rd round. To the 4th round, guys. The 4th round. And that's full time. Daveford FC 5, Oxford City 3. Let's take a look at the post-match analysis, shall we? Daveford FC, great job, guys. 5-3 score. That puts us to the 4th round of the FA Cup. That is a all-time high for Daveford FC. We've never made it past the 2nd round, let alone we've made it to the 4th round. So, key player, let's see, the player of the match was Gape. He had 2 goals on the other side. I don't understand that. That is absolute bullshit. FA, you need to rethink this man of the match bullshit, because I have players that scored multiple goals and won the game by 2, and you're still giving the fucking player of the match to the other team. That's a bunch of bullshit. So I guess that's sort of like the consolation trophy where everybody gets rewarded even though they get their ass kicked. Garbage. It's absolute garbage. I'm giving the man of the match to the whole Daveford FC team for such a dominating performance. So, John Arango, great game, 2 assists, a 9 rating. Great job. We had 52% possession. We didn't dominate it. We had 5 scores. You can't ask for anything better. We had guys. We had no yellow cards. That's the 2nd game in a row for us. That's beautiful. Alright, everybody, so 4 days have gone by. It is now time to play Coventry City in the first leg of the Johnstone Paint Trophy Final, where we'll be playing at home at the Dungeon, so hopefully we can get a good result there. So during the last 4 days, we've gotten a couple great pieces of information, and the first is we've won $101,000 for beating Oxford City in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. This $101,000 reward has now put us into profit for the year, and it's really nice. The FA Cup has and the Johnstone's Paint Trophy has really made our season for us financially. Now, another bit of news is, who is Daveford FC going to have to play now in the 4th round of the FA Cup? And the answer to that, unfortunately, is Everton. We're going to have to play Everton, which is a Premier League team, on January 27th, and we will give it to our all, folks. We are definitely going to be the underdog for this game, but look, we've actually got the home draw. So as of late, our last couple FA Cup games, we've actually had some luck. We've gotten the home draw. Hopefully we can take advantage of that, and our 4,100 seat stadium will be at max capacity, and I'm sure it probably will, because Everton is a very prestigious club in England, and they'll be coming to the Dungeon. All right, everybody, so we're going to take a look at the lineup for today's Johnstone Paint Trophy final game, and as you can see, we are not making a single change to the roster. This is pretty much gives us our best opportunity to get a good result in the first leg. We're going to be going with Horton in the box. On the Defensive line, same four. Benham Williams on the left, Gale on the right, and Tom Gardner and Liam Slade in the middle. In the middle of the field, our midfielders will be Courtney Cameron on the left, Abdullah Belbaghi on the right, and in the middle are the hot hands of John Arango and Byron Lawrence. Up front, we're going to be running Matty Taylor as our striker, and Charlie Sheringham is in for the injured Dale Southwell. Now, on the bench for today's game, we're going to have our legs. Our legs are going to be on the bench. Adam Legsden's our backup goalkeeper. Our defenders are going to be Driver, Franks, McDonald's. Our backup midfielders are going to be Stuart Lewis and Lewis Montrose. Our utility guy that can do anything in the midfield, Anthony Cook. And unfortunately, Dale Southwell is still injured, and he's got about 2 weeks left on that injury. And he's already our medical team has already shaved a week off of that in just 4 days, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and get on the pitch. All right, everybody. So the teams are on the pitch. They've got warmed up. The pitch is in immaculate shape today. The crowd is going wild. And the pundits have predicted Daveford FC with an easy victory today over the Skybet one team, Coventry City. So Daveford FC has started the game with the ball, and the game is underway. Taylor gets it back to Gardner. Wow, nice steal by Jones. Sambo's getting it into the middle to Jones. Jones shoots just left of the goal. Wow, that was right off the bat. That was a minute into the game. Williams throws it into Cameron. Nice long throw. Arango gets it over to the corner to Williams. Gets it into Taylor, and nice stop by the goalie, Burge. Burge has got a goal kick. Burge kicks it out very deep to the field, right to Gale. Gale gets it to bag, and Daveford FC is progressing in towards the goalie. Oh, that was horrible. Sheringham gets the ball into the box to Taylor. Taylor shoots, scores us in the back of the net. Taylor with his... Oh, the referee throws his flag up. The goal is disallowed. Taylor has one taken from him. Daveford FC dominating possession at 65%. We are 23 minutes into the game now. No fouls, no yellow cards. Hey, there we go. Tom Gardner, finally. I opened my mouth too soon. Courtney Cameron's offside, a key play for Coventry. Finch gets it. Nice steal by Gale. Arango gets it back to the goalie, and Horton gives it right back to Coventry. Coventry is on Daveford FC's side of the field, and Haynes is working it into the box to Finch. Nice patch to Seeger, and Coventry goes ahead of Daveford FC at the Dungeon, 0-1. The crowd is stunned. We are at 34 minutes into the game. Daveford FC dominating possession, but Coventry capitalizing. Free kick for Lawrence over to Belbaghi. Belbaghi shoots through the goalie's leg for a score. That's Abdullah Belbaghi's 7th goal of the year. That gets Daveford FC back on an equal playing field, tying the score at 1-1. Liam Slade with a yellow card and a key play for Coventry. Stolen by Lawrence from the throw-in. Gale gets it to the midfield of Sheringham. Daveford FC all the way to the left side of the field with a Cameron. Cameron into the Williams, into the corner. Williams looking for help. Shoots it to Sheringham. Sheringham shoots. Bounced off of the goalie, but Belbaghi is there to pick up the scraps and throws the ball into the back of the net, giving Daveford FC a halftime lead of 2-1. So it looks like we're going to go straight to the second half. No team with changes on either side. And it looks like Coventry starts the second half with the ball. Seeger looking for help. Defenders of Daveford FC all over him like flies on shit. They get the ball back, and it looks like Daveford FC is dominating possession in the second half. They are having about 60%, the ball 60% of the time. Key play for Daveford FC. Gale throws into Baggy. Baggy off of one of the Daveford FC players' heads. And it looks like Coventry has got the ball. They have stolen it, but a good hustle by Daveford FC getting the ball back. And Slade is trying to get it back to an FC player, which is stolen by Coventry. Thomas wide open, and Horton there to scoop the ball up. Woo! Nice job for Horton. Nice job, Horton. He saves FC a horrible ending, possibly. Key play for Daveford FC. Gale throws it into Belbaghi. Belbaghi over to Arango. Arango across the field to the left side to Williams. Up to Cameron. Cameron pushing it up to the left flank. Into the box. And a header. It's an own goal. goal by Coventry. I think the Coventry players want Daveford FC to take the first leg of the finals of the Johnstone Paint Trophy. Oh my God, that was an own goal by Coventry. Key play for John Arango, and Daveford FC puts it into the back of the net. They're on smooth sailing now. Tom Gardner with a header in the back of the net, giving Daveford FC a 4-1 lead. Key play again for Daveford FC. Arango over to Lawrence, to Gale on the right-hand side. Gale pushing it up to Belbaghi. Belbaghi getting it back to the middle to Lawrence, over to Gale. Can Daveford FC capitalize again to Sheringham? Into the middle to Lawrence. Arango to Cameron. Cameron off of Burge's neck. Oh my God, it's off of his neck tattoo. It took it off. Oh my God, corner kick for Daveford FC. Deflected back out to Gale. I'm out of breath. I just can't handle this anymore. The game is so exciting. Belbaghi in the corner. Shoots it. And it is caught by the goalkeeper, Burge. What a great game. Great offense by Daveford FC. Oh, challenging tackle by Haynes. No foul on the play versus Gale. Gale throws it into Lawrence. Lawrence back to Gale. Gale to Belbaghi. Belbaghi to the middle. Into Arango on the left-hand side. Cameron. No. Horrible play by Daveford FC. Just give the ball back to him, for Christ's sake. All right. Burge gets the ball out to the midfield. Ooh, nice play for Coventry. They're pushing it up the left side of the field. They're trying to get something back for this aggregated score, guys. And looks like Coventry kicks it out. And that is full time, guys. At the end of regulation, whew. At the dungeon, guys, Daveford FC 4, Coventry City 1. Holy cow, guys. We are looking so good. We have got the Johnstone Paint Trophy in our hands. We have to go to Coventry City for leg 2 of this final. But with a total score between both games, we are looking so good with a 4-1 lead. That means that they're going to have to score at least 3 goals to tie and 4 to win if they want the Johnstone Paint Trophy. Guys, awesome. Let's take a look at the post-match analysis. All right, everybody. So this game was a dominating performance by Daveford FC. We unfortunately had 2 yellow cards, Tom Gardner and Liam Slade. Our player of the match was Abdullah Belbaghi. He had a 9.3 rating. Daveford FC dominated possession, 59% of the ball. It was a great performance. Ratings were through the roof. Abdullah Belbaghi with 2 goals. Gardner with a header. That was a goal. 3 assists from Lawrence, Arango, and Sheringham. Guys, just can't get any better than that. So, all right, that winds up this episode for This Is Daveford FC. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if you like the video, please thumbs it up. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed. And if you haven't, what the heck are you waiting for?